The Lord said to Moses, why are you crying out to me? He says, tell the Israelites to move on. So it's so important that we listen to the voice of God. To know when to be still, but also to know when to get up and to move forward. When we talk about the cares of the world, we always have to say, God, I need your voice to be louder than the voice of my circumstances, God. And the thing is that he's speaking in a still small voice. But the chaos in our life is so loud. Yes. He's never stopped speaking. We just can't hear him because of everything else we have clouding our ears and our heart. The Holy Spirit saying, no, I have something better for you. But you can't hear it because you're saying, well, all I see is this right here in front of me. And that's why it's important that you have to stay close. Because that way you can truly hear what God is saying. See, he's not the author of confusion. He speaks in clarity. It's important that we listen to his voice so we know when to be still or when to go forward. And realize that he never leads us into confusion, but always assures us in clarity. There's time in life when we have to pray about the decisions that we do. And even though God shows us what to do, sometimes we get stuck along the way. So many times it's easy just to tell somebody, well, I'm going to pray about that one. I'm still praying about it over and over instead of moving forward. Because that buys us time. Why? Time to deal with our own inadequacies. And many times, and I'm not saying that, let me make sure I'm clear here. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go and you shouldn't pray, but I'm saying is that you should not use that as an excuse when you know God is calling you to move. Instead of you're praying when you already know, you already have the confirmation. The question you have to ask yourself is, do you not trust him? Or do you not trust him in you? Do you not trust him? Or do you not trust him in you? To allow him to move and do what he has? Or do you not trust that he can actually do what he says that he can do? If you ask him for wisdom and the right steps, he will guide you. I thank God that I serve the God of open doors. But I also thank God that I serve the God of closed doors as well. Has a closed door ever been a blessing to you? Whether it's a relationship or whether it's some type of bad business venture or a situation that you're in. Sometimes an open door can be just as good as a closed door. Sometimes it can be. And sometimes that's God's grace and mercy where we have a closed door. You realize, man, I'm trying everything and God, I'm doing it. And God said that may be a closed door. You have to listen. Again, that's why it's important to be close to hear what God is saying. And understand what he's telling you to do. And the Lord this morning gave me this nugget. And was thinking about what Moses was asked to do. What he was struggling with, what he was asked to do. Because again, we talked about the whole conflict. And the Lord told me, he said, look, Lord, do not let me get stuck between what I see and what you said. Don't let me get stuck in between what I see and what you said. So the Lord told Moses, go to Pharaoh and tell Pharaoh, let my people go. But God, all I see is my stutter. God, there's no way that Pharaoh is going to believe me. God, don't you know what I did? Don't you know all the things from my past? There's no way, God, and we get stuck right there because what we see and what God said, it doesn't match. How could God want to use somebody like me? I'm flawed. I've made mistakes. I've messed up so many times. I have issues. I have insecurities. But God, what you said and what I see, they don't match. They don't match. And God is saying, because I don't see what you see. I don't think how you think. And I said, God, I never want to get stuck in a place between what I see and what you said. God, I know everything that you promised me in my life. I know all the things you've spoken over me, God. God, don't let me talk myself out of everything that you have for me. That's a bad place to be. Stuck between what we see and what God said. So you have to be careful because many times we like to fill in the gaps. God speaks. And then we try to add in all the details. Okay, God, all right. I know what you said to me. You told God, you promised me this. Okay, God, this is how it's going to happen. And then we start looking to fill in the blanks with our own rationale, our own intentions. We all have it, right? Lord, I know, you have a plan and purpose. I'm like, okay, God, you spoke a blessing. Okay, oh yeah, you're going to be, be in ministry. Okay, God, all right, that means I'm starting my next church. Go ahead, God, I need you to be my armor bearer. I need you to be my praise and worship leader. I need you to be security. You're going to be in hospitality. And God saying, slow down. I just told you that there's ministry on the inside. That's all I said. Stop filling in the gaps with your own rationale of what I'm saying. Because when you add your own to that, that's how we get all off track. God said you're going to be married. It's not okay to go out there and you buy your wedding dress. I'm ready. She that finds a husband findeth a good thing. No. It's not how it works. It speaks that saying, start preparing yourself now for what is happening down the road. But we get so excited when God does speak that we think that he won't speak again. Realizing that God, he continues to work with us all the way throughout the process.